How much snow does a field require before snowshoeing can be done there? You wouldn't want to harm your snowshoeing gear, after all. How much snow is needed for snowshoeing, then? It is advised to go snowshoeing in at least 8 inches of snow. It just takes 4 inches of snow when it is well packed. You run the danger of destroying your snowshoes if there is less snow than 8 inches of light, powdery snow. Many like more than a foot of snow and won't go snowshoeing without at least that much of it. Snowshoes hold you above the snow, therefore they aren't really essential when there is less than a foot of snowfall since you can virtually walk normally in only a few inches. Learn more about snowshoeing snow depths by reading on. If you wonder how much snow to snowshoe, continue to read and we will provide answers. How much snow to snowshoe? There should be at least 6 inches of snow to snowshoe. If there is deep snow, you can definitely accomplish it. However, you must be ready for it. You will learn everything you need to know before plunging into a mountain trail through heavy snow in this section. Use the right snowshoes to protect your feet. Wearing thick leggings and socks that cover the space your shoes have will help prevent snow from getting into your boots. There won't be any room for snow to go into your shoes. Do not participate if it is too extreme. As you are aware, you must check the weather prediction before heading out to practice snowshoeing. But what if the weather prediction was incorrect and you had an excessive amount of snowfall or a snowstorm? Then you need to refrain from doing it and put it off until later. Use the right equipment. As an example, always use trekking poles. The task is 10 times simpler as a result. Purchase some before embarking on your first snowshoeing adventure. Greater than read, is traveling a hobby? The ultimate guide to an exciting way of life. Greater than learn about the downsides of traveling as a hobby. What time of year is best to go snowshoeing? At the start of spring, many people advise going snowshoeing. For a number of reasons, this season is fantastic, prices that are flexible and reasonable. As you may know, individuals often engage in wintertime snow sports. As a result, compared to autumn and winter, individuals do not go out as often in the spring. Snow does not completely melt at this time of year. This is a typical misunderstanding and myth. Even in the spring, when the evenings are still chilly, everything freezes. Everything has steadied by morning, making snowshoeing a breeze. You can go snowshoeing for longer. The number of daylight hours increases in the spring. This entails that you may spend a lot of time outside in the mountains. The ideal snowshoeing season is in spring. If you give it some thought, exercising this exercise throughout the harsh winter months can be more difficult. Snow that is too thick might make things more difficult. Additionally, you won't feel too chilly in the spring since you won't need as many bulky garments. Snowstorms are also less likely to occur at the same time. You may infer from everything you've read here that spring is a terrific season and a fantastic time to go snowshoeing. However, it is entirely up to you whether you still like to travel in the winter. What do I need to know about snowshoeing? You don't have to purchase snowshoes right away. You may rent snowshoes at a great price if you're unsure about this pastime. Additionally, you must understand how the snow and terrain react in order to purchase snowshoes. You must also choose the right size, among other things. So if you want to use snowshoes regularly, you may postpone buying them for now. Basic guidelines and safety advice. If you visit a location for snowshoeing, they may advise you on what you can and cannot do as well as suggested locations. For instance, if you are a newbie, they won't let you into risky areas where you are unable to use snowshoes. Start off by doing it in groups. Never stray from your trail. Follow everyone in your squad. You could get lost, which makes this potentially risky. In addition to snowshoes, boots are an option. For this exercise, boots and winter shoes are excellent. You don't have to be concerned about your feet being chilly, and that makes things easier to handle. Equipment for trekking and emergency supplies are required. These are quite beneficial. You should never forget to pack emergency supplies and hiking equipment. If you're heading to a mountain, it's a good idea to bring snacks and drinks. You may not be back for a very long time. Therefore, keeping some food and beverages in your bag might be really beneficial. The key is mental preparation. You'll need a lot of energy and good feelings. You could get weary depending on how long you spend snowshoeing. Before climbing the mountain, be ready and have fun. You will have a lot of fun if you are confident and give it your all. Start with simple tracks. Although it can seem clear, you must distinguish between the riskier and more difficult courses and the simpler ones. You may begin practicing snowshoeing after you are aware of which terrain types are suitable for beginners, preferably in a group, as mentioned before. Keep in mind that while this task may look difficult, it is really rather simple. Yes, you will need to adjust to it and learn how to utilize snowshoes. It does not, however, call for remarkable expertise. All you need is effort and the will to attempt. As you can see, there are a lot of recommendations you may take. It would be great for you to use techniques that you've never thought of or aren't a part of your routine if you're going snowshoeing. Consequences of selecting the wrong snowshoe size. It might be difficult to use snowshoes of the incorrect size. When they are overly large, they might make it impossible for you to enjoy the activity. You lose your skills and the twists and maneuvers become quite challenging. On the other hand, if they are really little, the results will be poorer than if they were large, since they will not function as well as larger ones. You must consider your weight, age, the kind of snow you will be snowshoeing in, and other factors if you want to choose the ideal pair for yourself. You might also speak with an expert on the subject to determine which size is appropriate for you. Snowshoeing versus hiking, which is harder? Many people claim that hiking needs fewer things, and they are correct. Hiking does not necessitate special gear or unusual abilities. Snowshoeing, however, calls far greater energy, specialized footwear, and a snow-loving attitude. In the end, everything comes down to your particular choices. For instance, since you need less items to go trekking, some individuals would prefer it. Others, however, who like the snow, feel that snowshoeing is more exciting and energetic than hiking. Final words. After reading this, you know how much snow to snowshoe. Moreover, you may infer that snowshoeing is distinct from other activities and that it has a lot of appealing aspects. However, it offers guidelines, recommendations, advice, and techniques that those who practice or are willing to use may use.